back to 11 Alive News. I'm your principal.
Wait, what live news?
11? I don't know. I just picked a number. I feel like every city it's like 7, Fox 2, 11. Like they usually have a number in there.
They do. We have to because it's the channel, I think. Or it's the time. I don't know.
Exactly.
No one will know.
I never even thought about what it meant.
Oh my God. Welcome back, y'all. We're here. We're doing some talking.
Talking about people. People are talking about things.
We're going to do news stories, like times that schools have made the news, etc.
We'll make it not depressing though, because we know usually when schools are in the news, it's because something really bad happened. So we're going to go with funny bad things and not like sad bad things.
Yes. I have one that's immediately funny that somebody sent me because I posted about getting this damn microphone.
We're happy. You are happy.
I told my husband that I feel like Joe Rogan. And he was like, what's Joe Rogan up to now? And we looked him up and it was very shocking. He's just a weirdo, a weird little man.
So I feel really gaslit by Joe Rogan because I feel like every time I come across Joe Rogan, he's doing something so weird and so insane.
Yes.
But then anytime I try and be like, Joe Rogan's insane, people are like, no, he's not. What are you talking about? And then when I Google him, he seems so normal. So I'm just like really feeling like gaslit into thinking that Joe Rogan is normal, but he's really not. But I can never pinpoint why he's not.
Right. He's not, right?
I don't know. Like, I have seen so many insane things that he has said. I've seen videos of him on TikTok being an insane person. And then so many people that I like and respect listen to him. The conclusion that I have come to about Joe Rogan is that I am not sure if he is insane, but he has some guests who are crazy and he has some guests who are like really geniuses. So I feel like that's how we end up with such an array.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Because he platforms some really questionable people, in my opinion. Like, regardless of who he is as a person, I'm like, why the fuck are you talking to them?
Like, if you look at his lineup, I don't want to say there's no rhyme or reason, because, like, clearly he's doing something we're not, but it's, like, just such a wide spread of some people who, like, are genuinely credible experts on a sometimes non-controversial topic, and then there's some people that it's like, who let this guy in, you know? So I think that's where I stand on Joe Rogan, is I don't know.
Should we start doing that?
Just letting insane, like, people on? I want Joe Exotic on.
Maybe we should get, like, the craziest teachers we can find on TikTok and just bring them on and see what they say.
If it wasn't inherently exploitative, I think it would be really funny if we just had a random kid and we did like different grades as like different specials. Like today we're talking to a 3rd grader.
That would be hilarious. There has to be a way to do that that's not exploitative. Maybe we just have to pay them really well. You know, the way we don't
really
get paid.
well. What's the going rate for 3rd graders? We were talking about child labor at school today, actually.
How do you pay a child actor in a way that's not exploitative? Is there a way? Discuss.
And make sure to reply to 2 other people.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God. Okay, well, that went off the rails as per usual. It's shocking that we record for an hour and our episodes are like 30 minutes long. As messy as the videos might be.
Y'all don't even know.
It's bad.
These aren't even our real faces.
No, this is AI. We've talked about this before. So I asked people for news stories, and the first one I got was Moose smashes through doors of BC school district office, hangs out in boardroom. This was in 2019. This is very Canadian.
Obsessed.
Oh my God, look at the door.
Oh no.
Meese are big.
They are huge. Have you seen videos of them running?
Oh, I don't like it.
It's very jarring.
It is extremely jarring. So they said, okay, they were calling 911 and it Kool-Aid manned into the boardroom, as we can see. And they said it was either curious or disoriented. We are not sure.
I don't think those are mutually exclusive. You can be clueless and disoriented. I think that those actually really do go hand in hand.
I've been there a million times.
I'm there right now.
Hello, it's just another Tuesday.
Oh my God, this is so irrelevant, but I need to tell you, and I really wanted to be on the podcast. Speaking of confused and disoriented, like a couple days ago at school, the school secretary, who I would take a bullet for, you wouldn't even have to ask, I would take it. She sent an email, and it literally just said, "Keys found, please come pick up in the front office." And then when I opened the picture, it was car keys with a keychain that said, "I'm better when I'm drunk, Florida."
Oh my God, was it yours?
No, I wish.
Oh my God, whose was it? Did you get the tea?
We have no idea. No, I have no tea. But I
Okay.
just love that A, she included the keychain in the picture. She didn't flip it over or anything. And B, She didn't acknowledge it.
You've heard of who shat on the floor at my wedding. Get ready for whose keychain said I'm better when I'm drunk.
Who's driving drunk to school?
No one. Oh my God. So as I was doing that, okay, so wait, they're calling 911 for the moose. And then they're saying that the moose peered around the corner and could see that there was another exit. So the moose is apparently both disoriented and very sentient, like a cartoon character.
I like how the moose is a character in the story and not like an object. Like it has its own thought processes and decision making.
They picked the best person to interview for this article. So it says, so I simply kind of kept the door open and tried to call it like a dog, I guess. And eventually it came trotting towards me and left the building. It says there's no estimate on the cost to repair the office's entryway, but the work had already been completed by Thursday. And they tracked the moose down and it was okay, everyone, for those of you who were worried.
I'm glad the moose is okay.
Me too. I was really concerned. It took quite a tumble into that building.
I have one.
Okay.
I haven't read this in advance, but I just want to say I feel so bad for this teacher. And I just want to say, like, I'm going to laugh when I read this, but just know if I taught at your school, I would not laugh and I would be on your side. So the headline is, "School lobster prank is not funny. New Jersey teacher using it as a lesson." A science teacher, I guess I can say the school, it's the news. This is in New Jersey. A science teacher at Columbia High School couldn't save the life of a lobster that had been placed in a toilet as a prank, but she refuses to let the creature die in vain. This is so me. Like, I feel bad for the lobster. Amy, who teaches environmental science and AP biology at the high school, said a prank last week that has caused the students and community to crack jokes is actually no laughing matter. "We had a gilled saltwater organism in a toilet bowl. That is mean. That is not funny." And so she is using the lobster as a lesson throughout the years. They attempted to save its life by taking it out and putting it into a tank so that it could live. I'm laughing because they obviously got it at a grocery store. This lobster's destiny was to die. I'm sorry. And the lobster died very tragically. But this woman, they have a picture of her. She looks like the nicest person alive.
I'm sure she is, to save the little sea spider.
She froze it and now is going to keep it in the classroom to teach the kids a lesson for putting a lobster in the toilet.
Oh my God. She's taken this to 11. She's like, you will not be cruel to animals on my fucking watch.
Everybody left, but she is still there. This is her Roman Empire, is this lobster.
And you know what? Good for her. Stand for what you believe in. Stand for what's right. The only interesting thing that happened in my hometown recently is the little kid that got elected to the school board.
Wait, what?
He's not a little kid. He's 22.
Oh, right. I thought you meant a literal child. Like, you know that kid president on YouTube?
Yes, exactly. It was him.
I was like,
No.
he won?
I would love that. But it was that guy that everybody thought that he was his dad, and they voted for him because nobody did a single Google search.
That's the kind of Nepo baby I can get behind, because like you showed some creativity with that plan. Okay, this is literally like so, I don't understand this, but this is a BuzzFeed article. "This school's bizarre decision to remove bathroom mirrors as a way to stop students from going TikToks is going viral." So I guess people were up in arms that they took the mirrors out of the bathrooms. But the strangest part is that it worked. So this is a school in North Carolina. They received a lot of widespread attention for making the decision to remove their bathroom mirrors because kids were taking up to 9 breaks a day to film TikToks. So the school the school district spokesperson said that they just decided to take down all of the mirrors, and it got like, obviously people online were freaking the fuck out. The way they were able to track this, that's what I was trying to find, because I feel like a lot of times they say something is successful, but I work at a school, so I know a lot of times they're lying. So apparently this school uses like a digital hall pass system, like have you seen how those work?
No, I don't even know what that is.
So it's like, I've never used one, so I'm probably butchering it, but it's some kind of app where their hall pass is on their phone, and like the teacher clicks something on the computer to like activate the pass so they can like track if you leave for like a long time, and then like a teacher can't put out too many passes at once. Like it's a digital system involving phones or something like that. But anyway, they have this digital hall pass system, which is how they were able to track it. And apparently it used to be their average was 9 restroom breaks a day. And then after they took down the mirrors, it went down to 3 or 4, which 3 or 4 seems more normal to me every couple hours at school.
They do that in girls' bathrooms too. Like they move them away from the sinks so that you can't like do your hair at the sink.
That's what they're also saying. It says that they also found another teacher who was interviewed in the article said it's because the girls are taking half an hour to do their makeup in the bathroom.
Honestly, I totally get that. In college, we had a locker room in the theater department. And every single day I would go into the locker room and curl my hair. Between classes, though.
Which, like, real, you know?
Yeah. So this one says a middle school teacher tirade caught on camera. They were not on campus. It was a digital learning day for students, but they recorded the teacher's tirade during class where the teacher said, "Y'all act weird." The educator could be heard telling the students to take it up with her boss if they had a problem with it. I can play the video audio, I think.
Please do. I'm so far on her side.
I'm sorry, I'm a little different. Maybe I'm too hood. I don't know. But right now, I don't want y'all talking to me. I act weird, and then it's joking, and it's laughing. It's all funny. But let me catch one of y'all. Y'all keep that same energies and see me on the street. Keep that same energy. Because y'all all tough and tough. If you got an attitude about it, take it up with my boss. I don't care. Tell me how I'm feeling. Like, leave me alone.
The comments seemed to be a little split too, where people were like, I get it. I mean, I don't know what they were doing. We didn't get the other side.
Yeah, that's
of
what
the
I mean.
story.
Like, I feel like it really depends on the context.
Middle school is the scariest place on planet Earth to me.
I could never, ever do that.
I really
Never.
could not. They scare the shit out of me.
I genuinely think I would rather work at a coal mine.
Do they still have coal mines?
Yeah, how do you think we're getting coal?
I didn't know that we still used coal.
Yeah, it's a big thing.
They stripped all the mines in my hometown.
A lot of people, like, that's why I always get annoyed when politicians are like, we're here with the coal miners, because, like, there's not that many coal miners in America anymore.
Right.
Like, they're definitely still there, but, like, I would hardly call that a demographic chunk.
Oh my
There's
God.
probably more ceramics artists in the United States right now than coal miners.
What a very specific call out. You're so right, though. This is a news story that says, I feel like they started talking in the middle of a sentence with this article because they're like playing inside baseball about like the neighborhood. But Staten Island officials blast cuts to school safety agents. The suggestion here is that maybe parents should take up some jobs as security guards at schools.
Oh, no, I'm kind of into it. I would love that.
What do you think parents would do? Would they just like follow their own kid around though?
I could really see it going either way. I think it really depends on the parents. There's a lot of parents that I would love to be in that position, but I feel like a lot of parents would like let their own kid be getting away with murder and like ignoring all the other kids.
The mayor said, we're going to be leaning into parents and parent groups to do some volunteerism.
Volunteerism? What do you mean? This is a school, not a destination vacation. What the fuck do you mean by volunteerism?
In my mind, volunteerism is like coming in to help with the class party, doing your teacher's bulletin boards, not patrolling the lobby.
They're like, so here is your pepper spray and here is your radio. You're going to have such a fun time.
But I am so behind the idea of parents having to substitute teach.
Yes, let's get in here. Let's get in here, people.
Get them in the classroom.
Everybody together as a family.
You've heard
Okay.
how we say that we're a family in the corporate world. Now, in the school world, teacher filmed playing Assassin's Creed in class to teach history goes viral. Who is this? Is Assassin's Creed that accurate?
I have no idea.
It says that there are references to key points such as ancient Egypt and the American Revolution. But I feel like it's references in the way that like Grand Theft Auto is modeled after city streets.
Yes.
You know?
That's what I thought it was. I've never played it, so I wasn't going to like be like, oh, I fucking hate that game. So inaccurate. But
Oh, so this is like a full-time teacher.
I've definitely let kids play video games in my room, but I have never said it was for any beneficial reason.
Okay, there's like a Grecian battle that the guy was playing and he was like pointing out different things. So he's like utilizing it in a real way. I guess it's kind of interesting.
I can definitely see why people were upset. I
Yeah.
think we have bigger fish to fry in education.
100%.
Like, if I was a parent, I wouldn't be thrilled, but I wouldn't feel the need to, like, get the government involved.
Yeah, maybe it's similar to like when you're teaching something and then you put on like a Magic School Bus or a Bill Nye.
I think it's a little bit worse than that.
You think?
Because like the video, like Bill Nye's talking about real things, but like Assassin's Creed is a pretty violently graphic video game from what I've been
I
told.
guess if you're playing a battle, yeah, especially.
I would be more with it if like, and this I have done before, not with Assassin's Creed, but with something else, where I like showed them a clip of something on YouTube and was like, that's what the battles look like. And it was like from some kind of video game or movie or something. Like if he had done that, I would have been fully on board. Because it's like you just showed them a little clip. But like it's kind of sounds like you were just fully playing Assassin's Creed like multiple times in class. Which again, do I think that that's ideal? No. Do I feel that you did anything inherently morally wrong? Not really.
Could have been worse. We've seen much worse.
We've seen pretty bad.
Yeah.
Even today.
Even today.
Because I keep trying to look up news stories about schools and everything I can find is either like shootings or racism or both. Like I think that really says a lot.
Shit's a mess.
Oh, this is good.
What is it?
A high school community is making all the kids learn CPR. Great.
Oh,
Perfect.
That's
Keep
smart.
that up. Keep that up.
we need more shit like that.
Oh, this is interesting. This is very
What?
interesting.
Tell me.
Not lighthearted, but not negative either. So the Broward School Board is considering closing under-enrolled schools. I don't know if this is true in Broward, but in the part of South Florida that I worked in, a lot of our schools were under-enrolled because the school system was so bad that people were sending their kids to charter schools so much. But they're considering closing the under-enrolled schools and using those sites to create affordable housing instead. I'm kind of into that.
But it's also like sad.
It is, but I've also like I try not to read too much into like schools in Florida being under enrolled because Florida has some of the worst government employees I've seen. So I'm like, maybe you just had bad projections or something.
If that land is going to be sitting there, if that building's going to be empty, then like it should be put to a good use. Like, of course,
Yeah.
I'm on board with that.
That's what I mean. Like it seems like they're taking a building that's being underutilized and using it for something that's like really a need in that area, especially because like schools are big. It's a lot of acreage.
God knows we need that here in Southern California.
But I hope they don't make it one of those weird things where the teachers live there and like you're like a warden of the state.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm talking about?
Does that exist other than boarding schools?
Yes, let me look it up.
I'm
It
scared.
happened in Miami recently. Teachers will be able to live and work under one roof at new Brickell school site. Brickell is an expensive neighborhood in Miami. Under construction in Miami's Brickell neighborhood is a new school site and workforce housing that Miami-Dade County Public Schools hopes will be a model for all future redevelopments. So basically what it is it's a big-ass building and most of it is a school, but they have like on the second and third floor, they have residential units. So the teachers live upstairs.
My kindergartners always thought that I lived at school, but I never thought that it was a reality that could be realized.
And again, to clarify, this is not at a boarding school. The kids don't sleep there. This is at a regular public school. It doesn't exist yet. They're building it right now.
Whoa. When's it opening?
They don't have a date on it. I bet it's still in the approval process. It just has like their giant PowerPoint with like the pitch and the pricing and all that. And they already have the building, but I don't think they've like laid out an opening date yet. These images are like actually hilarious. They're like the, you know, like little mock-up design images, but they, instead of having fake people, they have like silhouettes. So it just kind of looks like a bunch of ghosts are like in a science lab.
That's going to be what the teachers feel like.
Like I would be like on my couch trying to have some wine, watch Vanderpump Rules, and I know a kid would knock on my door. I just know it.
100%. They would find a way. They really would.
And like good fucking luck calling in sick ever.
Oh my God.
Your principal is literally going to take your temp himself. Like he's going to kiss you on the forehead to see if you're actually sick.
Have you seen the teacher Better Call Hall on TikTok who built a bed for himself under his desk?
Oh, I've seen the bed. Yes.
Oh my God, he's fucking hilarious. And he went like mega viral because he got a waffle maker and started waffling shit at his desk during lunchtime. And he started those at the same time that I was doing my lunch videos. And I was like, fuck you for thinking of a funnier idea than me.
That's one thing I love about teaching. You can't really be like your fully fucking insane self when you're in like an office with other people, even if you have your own office, because like a lot of times they're glass and people are like in and out. But when you have your own classroom and you're alone in there, like that's your bedroom.
100%.
Your playroom, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
I just be doing anything in there.
It's my home.
Exactly. I'll find like the dumbest tapestry online and I'm like, perfect, put it up.
I like always would be laying on my rug and people would be like, that's disgusting. Think of like everything that happens on your rug. Like your kids sit on that rug, they have their dirty ass shoes. I'm like, I don't care. I'm so sorry.
You're like, and here I am.
Yeah.
I get what you mean, but unfortunately, I'm in the camp of I physically could not lay down on that rug.
I need to sometimes.
It's understandable.
If I was that guy, I would be able to lay under my desk. His newest series is having the kids order him DoorDash.
Usually that goes the other way at my school.
You order them DoorDash?
I don't, but it's like a problem. The kids are not allowed to get DoorDash, but some teachers will let the kids put it under their name.
Oh
I am
my
not one of
God.
those people. Why do we need random, unbackground checked people coming to the school interacting with children? It's not what we need. And I always tell them, if there is food with my name on it, I will eat it in front of you.
100%. This, I had not heard of this yet. This is an HBO documentary called BS High. Have you heard of this?
Mm-mm.
Okay, this is GQ Sports, and the headline is That Story About Bishop Sycamore, the fake high school football team, was way darker than you realized. 2 summers ago, a football team from a non-existent high school rose to prominence after getting demolished on national TV. I've never heard of this. I guess it was the summer of my wedding, which makes sense because, as we know,
You were busy.
I was in emotional recovery in August of 2021. I don't know how the fuck this happened. I gotta watch this documentary because I guess this Ohio high school, totally fake, played a football game on ESPN where they lost 58-0. This team is called Bishop Sycamore. They did not have a brick and mortar school, no athletic trainers, no playbook. He just made up everything. I don't know how he did it. And it says that he had over 30 lawsuits filed against him, admits to killing a wild animal.
I was about to say, I love scams like this where really no one gets hurt, but never mind.
And despite having an internship with the Bill Parcells era Jets, does not seem to possess any of the actual qualifications one would need to be a football coach. This is nut. How have I never? Okay, well, that is definitely a crazy. I mean, it didn't happen at a school, but definitely nuts.
But we thought it was a school was the whole problem, so I think it should be included.
Nobody's vetting these things, apparently. We're just like, well, who would lie about that?
It shocks me how little things get vetted. It's really like that's been one lesson I've learned, I would say, in my mid-late 20s is like literally no one's checking anything.
We can really do anything. Oh my gosh. The craziest senior pranks of all time. You told me you guys did a senior prank. When did we talk about that?
No, I was telling you how my school was like insane about senior pranks. And even if you like gave an inkling of a senior prank, they would put you in detention like for fucking ever.
Somebody super ruined that for you guys.
Yeah. I want to know. I wonder what the prank that like really pushed them over the edge was.
I can't believe you don't know that though. I wish we knew the lore.
Me too.
The crazy interview with SF school board president on how San Francisco renamed its schools. It says the San Francisco Unified School District is planning to rename a school. Is planning to rename a school that's currently named after Abraham Lincoln because the former president did not demonstrate that Black lives mattered to him.
Okay, period. All right, San Francisco. I love seeing what's going on in San Francisco. I love when occasionally I remember San Francisco exists. And I'm like, yeah, man. I feel like out of historical figures to be mad at, interesting choice. But he did. I was actually literally teaching that today.
What?
Do you want to hear one of my, I don't want to say my favorite quote from Abraham Lincoln because I don't like what he's saying, but I think it's very telling.
Yeah, tell me.
Everyone, he gets a lot of good PR. This is a quote to just remind you that every president we've ever had is just some guy. Like, it's just some guy with a job. So just for the context of when he said this, it was right at the beginning of the Civil War. So South Carolina had just seceded and shit was popping off, but the Civil War had just started. And he said, if I could save the Union without freeing any slaves, I would do it. If I could save it by freeing all the slaves, I would do it. And if I could save it by freeing some and leaving others alone, I would also do that.
Oh my God.
Have you ever heard someone take less of a stance in your life?
Literally, no. Ew. So this person like really was being attacked. This is like a whole interview with this school board president. So initially this news came out, right? And they're saying that they were going to rename 44 schools, including George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, and Lowell high schools. It is estimated that the cost of renaming each school would be $100,000
For what? I'll do it for $500.
Replacing signs, rename school gear, and do a complete rebranding. I don't think it'll be that much.
You also don't have to rebrand, because rebrand means like you pick new colors and a new mascot and everything, right? Like you just, let's take that sign down, put a new one up, call it a day.
There's a school in Orange County that they have a big sign that says home of the colonizers because their literal fucking mascot is the colonists or something like that. I can't.
I feel like now, like at this point, they should just leave it.
I mean,
at this point, it's like so out of pocket that I don't think they can change it as punishment.
I saw a bumper sticker once of like colonizers forever, don't rebrand. I forget what it said. It was horrible. I was like, I hate it here.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, get me out of here. Interesting stance by the mayor. They said this decision by the school board is offensive. It's offensive to parents who are juggling their children's daily at-home learning schedules with doing their own jobs and maintaining their sanity. It's offensive to our kids who are staring at screens day after day instead of learning and growing with their classmates and friends.
I will grant the mayor, if they did this like when COVID was hitting, like let's maybe pocket that for right now.
Yeah, it was February 8th, 2021. It was the year.
I thought you were going to say it was like May 2020.
No. No, it was like the year after when we were all home. But it's okay, so they want to rename these schools and the guy just like attacked her and she's like, "Well, we're not saying that we're not going to teach history. We're just saying that we're going to cancel these presidents because they're not."
They could have done more and they didn't.
Yeah.
When multiple people asked.
Exactly. Like, I get it, but like that's a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, like I think they're really reading too much into it and thinking too much into it. And I bet, okay, so this is the kind of budgeting mindset. This is how I know that school board members have never been broke a day in their motherfucking lives, that they think it's going to cost $100,000. If you pick a new school name that has the same initials and you don't change the school colors, you can keep like 90% of the apparel because it usually just has the initials on it. George Washington Elementary School can be great something. What's a word that starts with W?
Wildcats.
Great Wildcats Elementary School. You just got to get creative with it. Great Wonder Elementary School.
Oh my God, it's beautiful. It's full of whimsy and wonderment.
Exactly. There's lots of words.
Yeah.
I think we could do this. Like if you gave me an hour in ChatGPT, we could do this.
I 100% think we could. You guys put us in. We'll do it.
We should be the marketing department because we would save a lot of money.
Although I'm on a marketing department right now and I don't save anybody any money. So, aw, this is a girl with alopecia. So cute. It says, creative young girl with alopecia wins school's crazy hair day. I didn't know that there were winners or losers in Crazy Hair Day, but she put these like amazing little gems stickers on her head. It made little flowers and patterns.
I also think it's funny that you said winners and losers. I don't think that they pick a loser.
I think if you didn't win, you lost.
This is the worst crazy hair. Look at this basic ass kid's hair.
If you're not a winner, you lose. That's life. This is a British one, an English one, if you will. Mum gobsmacked by woman's crazy demand after picking up her son for school run. Does this mean that the children run to school?
No, I think they just mean like we're running to school.
Carpool?
Yeah, I guess like a carpool.
The mum explained how she has joined a carpool, with 2 other mums to make the school pickup and drop off a bit easier on them all. There are so many fucking ads that I can't even read it.
The internet is unreadable.
It's like pop up, and then it moves everything. This morning I asked my 16-year-old to text the carpool kids and remind them what time I would get there. And then one of the kids didn't respond. And then she didn't pick the kid up. And the child's mother called her an asshole. Why is this news?
I was going to say, this has to be a small town. It has to be.
Yeah, like I cannot believe that this is literally in like a tabloid. Like, who are these people?
I found one. It's a little wild. So the headline is, former Tomahawk school bus driver to reach plea deal. So a 63-year-old woman was charged with 41 counts of false imprisonment and disorderly conduct after investigators said she didn't finish a school bus route and she reached a plea deal last Wednesday, so she's going to avoid trial, blah, 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 blah. So at the time, it said that during the evening school bus route, she became frustrated with the children's behavior, returned to the bus barn without dropping off the students, and according to the criminal complaint before leaving school, Decker felt the children were being loud and not listening to her. She decided to turn up the radio volume to give the kids a piece of their own medicine, and one of the parents stated they heard Insane in the Brain by Cypress Hill playing very loudly in the background. So she literally just brought the kids back and put on loud music. So Chief Elvins said the driver called a different driver to follow the route, and the original driver remained at the scene and spoke with the police when they arrived. So I don't know. I don't feel like they should be in that much trouble. Like, they should definitely probably get fired, but jail seems excessive.
What is their charge? Did they say? Did you read it?
It said false imprisonment because they drove the kids back to the bus stop and literally, I think, just stood outside the bus till the police and the other driver got there to take them home. Legally, that is false imprisonment, but it's kids on a bus for what, 30
How old
minutes?
Were they teenagers?
I think it's like mixed grades because it says there was a lot of kids. It doesn't say a specific grade level.
The reason I'm asking all these questions is that I'm trying to judge how fucking insane I am and if I would call the police and demand somebody to be imprisoned if they did it to Jay.
So
I'm not sure.
It's definitely, to make matters more interesting, it's not a school employee. It is a bus company. My old district was this way, where the district does not do transportation. They hire it out.
Oh, I need to report back on my level of sanity when she starts school to see if I am actually as insufferable as I think I will be, or if I'm very chill. Oh my God. High school teacher's Satan costume causes a hell of a controversy. Is it scary? It's not even scary. He just has a pitchfork.
You know, people be religious.
I know, but come on. Maryland students prank school by listing it on Zillow as, quote, nice half-working jail.
I love kids. That's what I'm talking about, like a victimless crime.
Yes.
That's funny.
They did list it for $420.69, of course.
Absolutely.
I see. That's funny to me.
That's very funny. No one got hurt. No lobsters died. It's funny.
Well, thank you for joining us as we chit chat about crazy news stories.
We hope that none of us end up in the news.
I don't want to be in the news.
No, I would like to stay very far away from that.
Yeah. Thanks for keeping us out of the news, you guys. Bye. Have a good day at work.
Bye.
Don't end up on the news yourself, bitches.
Love you more. Just as a disclaimer, because I am someone who is actively teaching, everything on this podcast is my personal opinion and does not reflect my district, my state, my employer, my students, or my admin. Everything on this podcast was recorded on personal time, on personal equipment, and is a completely separate endeavor from my school district.